Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I'm a few seconds late. Mark and I were having a chat and a laugh in the background before I started and forgot the time. These things happen. Anyway, here he is. There we go. He's taken over from Jamie.
Good afternoon.
I see Jamie has popped in while he's sitting in the waiting room at hospital. Good luck. Hope everything goes well. And I hope you get a decent date for the operation to happen.
Fingers crossed,
Because
Jamie.
it's only been 10 years. I mean, that's normal waiting times in the UK.
Standard.
Right then, on to what we're doing. I'll just bring up the YouTube chat. Right, what we're doing today. Today I've got a piece of ash log on the lathe. It's still a bit on the wet side. It has started to crack. So I probably will have to use some super glue on this. And I am holding it actually on a mortise, which I always tell people not to do with end grain. Let's just get that up to height.
And you got me brain
Right,
damage.
so yeah, I know. What I'll do is right. You shouldn't use a mortise on end grain because the wood doesn't have the strength to hold the mortise. So I am going to bring up the tailstock. Now I'll put this on overhead. Is that okay?
To be fair, that's fine.
Is that one better?
Yeah, that's fine. You're only holding it this way so that you can create a tenon, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm just going to be, like Mark says, creating that tenon.
It's almost like you're holding it between centers, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Sort of.
Right, so I'm turning at just over 700 at the moment. So I'm just going to straighten this off and then get a tenon on there.
While you do that, I'll read out who's in the chat. Sorry, folks, but I haven't got access to any memes, so it's just going to be straight introductions. So we've got Brian from Woodturning, Michael McEwen, Ward Wilson, it's a whole other country. Rob from Klingspor, Chris Dodds, Laurie Sobright, Laurie, hi Laurie, JP Woodwork, Chris Nunn, Terry Bartlett, Amy DeAngelis, Chris Dodds, if I hadn't already said him, Nick Hughes, Dewey Shed, Mike Hugh from Ilminster, Doug Cummins, and I believe that's everybody. Oh, Pete from Twisted Trees. Hi, Pete.
Excellent.
Oh, Jennifer's
Thanks everybody for coming in.
Don't forget Jennifer, God's sake. Connie's in. They're all coming in now. Connie. There you go, everybody. Now, it's just me on my own today, so if you've got a question, if you could chuck a couple of question marks before it, so I see it, so it stands out in the chat. I'll reply it on to Wayne. Hope you're all well. James Pritchard's just come in. Hello, James.
That'll do. Now, the other thing I usually see as well, in fact, no, I don't take no notice of that one. I was waffling. What I'm going to do is put a groove in this because I'm using the C jaws on my Axminster chuck, and I just like to have a small groove in there. And
just like
quickly, that's it. Right.
Here all week, folks.
Get the elbow stabber out of the way.
Wesley Hannah's just joined. Hi, Wesley.
And I have left, obviously, the mark of the centre there, so I can take off the tenon at the end.
Gary Glass has just joined. Hi, Gary.
Probably what I should have done was shape the outside a bit first, but here we go. Down onto that one, that's a bit better. You might be able to see better now. So I'm just going to shape. Now, should I shape the inside first or the outside? No, I'll shape the outside first.
Outside, I would. Lisa at the Ugly Room Grafting has just joined. Hi, Lisa.
Let's turn that speed up a bit. Now, unlike bowl turning, this is end grain turning, so I'm actually working from the outside of the piece towards the inside. Certainly on the outside part, because I'm going with the grain. I don't want to go against the grain.
Julie Shett's got a question.
Yeah.
Bit random, this one. What do you think of joining the AAW?
The AAW.
American
Well,
Association of Woodturners.
I looked into this, and to tell you the truth, I don't know what I would actually get out of it. Seeing as how for number one, it's in the States. I can't remember the prices now, but I did think it was a bit pricey.
For UK members, unless you are on the international demonstrating circuit, I don't think they provide any real benefit. If you're an international demonstrator, by all means join the AAW, because then you're covered certain aspects of demonstrator control. But for general membership, I don't think it offers anything. Scott's in. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Malcolm Douglas has joined as well. What Malcolm actually said was AF to Nopple Hall. And he's obviously got cold fingers because he's retyped it as that should have been afternoon all. Stephen the Wood Dude's just joined. Hi, Stephen.
Hey, Stephen. Got that tool rest in there as far as I can.
And Woodwork Learners just joined. Hi, Andy. nice shape there, by the way. Joe Senior's in. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Stephen the Wood Dude says it's too cold again today for turning, but more treats will be appearing next week with the warmer weather. I think we should all emigrate to Greece for the winter and have our lathe set up on the beach on a nice island.
That sounds like a plan.
Doesn't it? Ooh. This back in the house. It's obviously in the workshop. Gerard the French Turner's just joined. Hi, Gerard.
Hey, Gerard. Right, so I'll leave this piece on here. I'll have some sort of foot on this, I hope. And now I will turn this round and start doing the inside. It's never not 1:15 yet, is it? Oh, that's
Hey?
ridiculous. I'm just talking about the time.
Yeah, slow down.
Yeah. This could be done by 1:30.
No, because you're going to swap tools and talk about what you're doing, and you're going to slow down. For God's sake, people, start asking questions.
Right. I'll start doing this with a spindle gouge. I'll just straighten off this top first.
Nick Dew says that came down the A1 yesterday. He thinks all the trucks in the UK are heading south for the winter.
All right. Mark was wanting me to have a bit play with the ring tool.
Joe, blame me. Although I will take responsibility.
There we go. Right, so this is the ring tool. It's got two sides, so it's obviously got the large side and it's got the smaller side. You can use both on these, and you tend to use these going from the center towards the outside. Move this tool rest out a little bit.
Now these will give like a skew-like finish off the inside. Maple Tree Studios has just joined.
Try the big one. Try not to take too deep a cut if you're going to use a ring tool. I've got to say, I still prefer the spindle gouge.
Mark, have you broken any more? Oh, very good, Andy. No, I haven't.
What?
I haven't broke. Andy's asking me if I've broken any more tools. Like, no, felt terrible about that. I thought I hit it well on Saturday.
Obviously not.
Oh, I broke Pete's ring tool when it fell off the wall. I have replaced it.
Right, now what I am doing here, I'm actually standing so I can see both sides. So I can see the inside and the outside at the same time. So I can actually follow down the shape of the outside while I'm doing the inside. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to be going in very far. I'll get to the thickness that I want or the thinness that I want, and then I'll probably do a bit of sanding on the inside, maybe on the outside as well, before I move on to the next phase of it, if you like.
So you like doing it in steps, yeah?
So that's as far down as I'm going to go. And now I'm going to concentrate on the wall thickness. Now the bark may well come off this. In fact, it already is. It's starting to come off. I'm not going to bother super gluing it. If the bark comes off, it comes off. I'll take it all off and just sand around the outside.
Gerard's asking how cold is it in your part of the world. It's a very bloody cold -4 for him. And in actual fact, Pete, yes, I did cut my finger on the same hand that I burnt my hand with the radiator when I moved it, yes.
Yeah, the bark's come off all the way around. So, oh, that's flexing a wee bit.
Look, we've had one funnel recently. We don't want another one.
I think I'll just hand sand around this. I've got a good, I don't know if you can actually see that. Will it be better on the overhead?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm getting a bit of flex on the wood.
Just a bit of flex.
Right, I'll go in a little bit further and then I'm going to sand that.
The other thing you can do when you're doing end grain bowls like this is you can actually use a forcemeat bit to drill a depth hole in the center, and then you can work from the center back out with your hollowing tools like a ring tool, carbide, or a spindle gouge, or even a bowl gouge. And working from the center out to get a good finish. Because when you're going really thin, you want to keep the mass in the middle to keep it structurally sound.
Oh, need a bit more off there. I'll tell you what, I'll give this gouge a quick sharpen. That might be a plan.
The nice thing about end grain bowls is when you've finished, if you've turned them slightly wet, they warp in such beautiful shapes.
They do.
More so than a wet side grain bowl. The edges curl, like they go all over the place.
I don't think I've got any battery in this lamp. Can't even find the on-off switch. There it is. Oh, I might have a bit in there.
Oh yeah, you have gone a bit thin, haven't you? You Burke.
Right. There's a bit of a ridge there. I just want to get that. That light's hitting the bloody thing.
Gary's asking, do you think wood prices are going to come down next year?
I very much doubt it.
Yeah. The problem is, it's been long enough now that we've all got used to paying those prices.
Yeah, that's what tends to happen.
If it's a short-term spike, prices usually come back. But this has been long-term now. So they'll all figure, oh, well, they're all used to paying that price. So we'll just keep it as it is.
That's 220. I think that'll be 400. It is. How's me 120 gone? There it is. So, bit of sanding on this. This is 120 I'm using at the moment. And I can still see
paper with Wayne the Woodturner.
I can still see a ridge there. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Probably a foolish idea, but you need a very, very delicate touch when you're doing this. Something I normally don't have.
I watched Ed Oliver turn an end grain bowl once. And if you've never met Ed, doesn't come across on YouTube, but he is a big bull of a man. But I've never seen anybody with such a delicate touch when he was turning an end grain bowl. It's like he had a feather in his hand.
That's 120. This is 220 now.
Andy's asking, is this A4 paper you're making? I think it's thinner than A4.
Right, so that's been sanded to 220.
Donna Love Angel's in. Hi, Donna. How are you?
Hey, Donna. Right, I'll carry on down the side now. Just going about another inch or so. Now, even though I'm not at the wall at the really thin yet, I should say, I am starting to actually do the shape of the piece. So when I get to how thin I want it, I'm still following the proper line.
Pete says, Beef and Twisted Trees, very risky to go that thin on end grain. I suspect Wayne is using the risk element to keep warm. Yes, adrenaline produces warmth.
Again, I've got a little bit of a ridge there. See if I can. I might be able to get rid of it.
Right, stop laughing before you. Yeah. No shoulder shuffle. Now, a ball this thin will never really have any functional value other than it'll look pretty.
Right, get that bit sanded now.
Mark Thornton's just joined. Hi, Mark.
Hiya, Mark.
Oh, sorry. Mark Babes has just joined.
And no 220.
Woodwork Learner's asking, does anyone know how to block sciatic nerve pain in a leg so he can drive long distance to go away for Christmas?
Other than having a spinal block, probably not.
No, I was going to say a couple of large brandies, but that kind of defeats the
I don't even think a TENS machine would work either, to tell you the truth.
What about acupuncture? That might work short term.
The thing about the sciatic nerve, probably that a lot of people don't know, is that whenever anybody thinks about nerves, they always think about these little tiny wee spindly things, because a lot of them are. But the sciatic nerve, when it comes out down at the lower spine, is probably about the size of your thumb.
You see what Wood Dude said? How'd you like his answer? Cut leg off, then turn wooden leg. Jump to good.
Which is why, seeing as how it's that big, when it comes out of your lower spine and starts going down the back of your leg, you've got to be very careful, or nurses and doctors have got to be very careful when they give an injection into your backside. Because if they hit that sciatic nerve when they're giving an injection, chances are you're going to fly through the roof.
Yeah, I bet.
Get a bit of speed on this.
Brian is currently watching from behind the sofa because this is where it went wrong for him last night. Joe Garofalo says, just make sure you turn the wooden leg off center so it's shapely. Yeah, that would work.
That's not bad. Small ridge there. I'll see if I can get rid of that. Where is it? Around about there. Get that bit sanded.
asking, are you turning the window?
What I might do, if I've got... Oh, it started to crack. Damn! Damn. And I'm not going to super glue that. I'm going to leave the crack. Because if I super glue it now, it's going to stain the wood. And I'll definitely not be able to come back to return that. So I'm just going to leave that crack. I'm not going back to this other than putting some finish on, which will probably be in oil anyway. So I'm okay with how that's going. I did actually think, I'm still a bit thick there to tell you the truth. I did actually think about sandblasting this one. Because I've already got 2 holes there. So I think sandblasting might work on this one.
Yeah. Mick Juice got a good question. How are you going to hold this piece to get the tenon off?
That's a very good question. Well presented. Well presented.
It's well asked.
Yeah, deserves a good answer.
All the words were spelt the correct way.
Well, there you go.
Pass. Next.
Let me
move on.
Let me think about that one, Mick.
Next question.
I'll have an answer for you before I get to that part.
Definitely not with a vacuum chuck.
No,
definitely not with a vacuum. Just suck itself in on itself.
Definitely not with a vacuum chuck.
I think the only way you could possibly do this would be with a jam chuck shaped to the size of the bowl inside. Yeah, exactly what Pete said. Jam chucks fool the wood into forgetting it's hollow or
Now,
thin.
the thing is, with this one, this will have a flattish bottom on it, because I have still got the foot on the other side to get finished off as well. So it will have a flattish bottom on. So I will be able to fit something into the chuck that will go onto the bottom of that anyway.
Stuart Barry does a good demo with when he turns his thin wall bowl. Creates a jam chuck that's the same shape as the inside of the bowl. And
that'll probably be the best thing to do.
It makes the wood forget that it's thin, because it still thinks it's all there. Benjamin's in. There's Ben. Nice thin bit of walnut on the lathe today. Charlie Taylor's in. Hi, Charlie.
We'll move this chuck in a little bit.
Don't forget, everyone, if you like what Wayne's doing, hit the thumbs up. Share the video out. If you're not already subscribed, chuck in a subscription. Doesn't cost anything. Makes him happy. Makes him happier than wine. Roger Kent's just joined as well. Hello, Roger.
Right, just finish off the bottom of this now. I might have to move on to a different gouge.
Rob from Copperell Woodturning's just joined. Hi, Rob. Yeah, you're fadering a little bit there, Wayne.
Sorry?
Darth Vadering a bit.
All right. There you go. I'm cheating and coming back up the way here.
In green bowl, so it's the right way. Works.
Just to try and blend in. I think I've still got just, yeah, I can see them there. I don't know if you can see them, but I can see there's just a couple of ridges just here.
Yeah, just see them.
Just get rid of them. There we are. Get the sanding finished off. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Nice.
$120.
Prime says, and breathe. Ain't finished sanding yet.
$220. Oh, that needs sand on the outside. I thought that's a bit rough. Right, let's take a finish on this. Right, should I grit and wax this or should I oil it?
Ingrain. But grit and wax.
Grit and wax, right. What I am going to do is just give as delicately as I can. Just sand around the outside just to get rid of these extra bits of bark that stayed on there. Whoops,
Yeah.
that's a bit
Ron says, remember the crack. Rob from Clinksport says he's praying the sandpaper don't break the bowl. Yeah, the responsibility soon passes in this game,
Yeah.
Rob.
Clings for.
AGK's in.
Hey, Andrew.
Andrew.
Right, no, I think I'm coming around to it. Yeah, the crack's just there at the top. I don't think I am going to grit and wax this because of how flexible this outer bit is. I think I'm just going to oil this.
The only reason I suggested it is because it's end grain, so you're going to get seepage through the back, and it's
Yeah,
not going
I
to be
know.
consistent. Whereas wax would seal the pores, wouldn't it?
It would.
Mind you, if you used a Danish oil, that would dry, seal up. Melon oil. Where's Vicky when we need her?
Yeah, I hardly need any on the outside.
I was going to, yeah, really.
There we are.
Andy's asking, does that oil smell better than it tastes? You're not supposed to drink it.
Well, to tell you the truth, I've never tasted it. Right, here comes the fun bit. Can you see how much of that's moving?
Yeah. Just, God.
Now, this is going to be fun. Oh, damn it.
Ah, see, now maybe you shouldn't have put a groove on this time.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. You're right there, Mark. Damn. This is how good.
Open those jaws
My
out a bit further.
This is how good my tenons fasten into the jaw when I put that groove in.
And
You'll
then
not
a
be able to see
screwdriver.
if it shows better on the overhead. Right,
Screwdriver.
the wood is not touching anything there, but it's stuck fast. Oh, that's it. Got it.
There you go.
Got it. Right, what have I got? Let's have a look at my bits and bobs. Probably that one I'm after, to tell you the truth.
Oh, it's the old Mexican hat.
I haven't used this for a while.
Oh,
Now, what I'm hoping for this is that the flat bit in the bottom of this bowl is going to fit just nicely. Well, what do you know?
you jammy bugger. Hey, you got more jam than Hartley's.
Yeah, you said that when I did that two-piece piece as well.
Because it's true.
I had some of that non-slip man just here the other day. I found it, so I put it down. There it is. Just cut that piece off.
Yeah, and it says he planned that, Mark. Yeah, right.
I plan everything I do.
Gary Glass, that's skill and years of experience. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, put the drive back in the tailstock.
Do this long enough, you're bound to get something right once in a while.
Well, at least you'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Rob from Quicksport says, I impressed the hell out of him. Don't be fooled. Vicky's in. Yes, he used it. You've missed it.
Right, initially I'm going to turn the speed down on this just to see if I've got that centered, which I have.
Yeah, you're not far off on that, are you?
Bring that up. Get that into there.
Hi, Vicky.
Hiya, Vicky. Bring the speed up. Right, so I'm just going to put a little chamfer on the foot first. And then that can get sanded. Now I'm going to clean the tenon off. Now initially I'm going from the side in towards the center, but when it comes to actually finishing the little bit in the center, I'll go from the tailstock end towards the headstock end. Now the foot on this, sorry, the wall thickness has just gone down to into there, and then it's come across flat. So the foot on this is the size it is, which means it'll have a bit of weight there to actually sit on.
And of course, there's no chance you're going to go through the bottom from the other side, because that would just be silly, wouldn't it?
It would.
I can't imagine anybody ever doing that.
No, I've only ever seen one professional woodturner doing that. Mind you, he wasn't a professional at the time.
No, he was a rank amateur at the time.
Let's have that speed up a bit more.
Vicky says she's waiting for Jamie. He's seeing the doctor, and she thought she might as well watch Wayne. And Jamie told her to say mute if there's music. It's obviously an in-joke.
Yeah, that's because Jamie doesn't like my music on my premieres on a Sunday night. Oh, I buggered that up.
Oh.
The bottom of the foot where I put that chamfer on went in the wrong direction and I've torn it all. Can't be having that, can we?
No.
I fixed that.
Pete
Right.
says he's disappointed. He was expecting you to hollow the foot to the same thickness.
Oh, no, there's a plan.
Oh, well, you've done it now, Ravenscroft.
I don't think I'll be able to do it, Pete, to tell you the truth.
You need the weight in the foot. Stop it flying away.
Right, what I do need is a bit more off that centre. Before I go in and sand it.
You're not going to do Phil Anderson, a la Shady Acres?
Nah.
Chicken.
Book up. Right, I'll get this sanded.
You want to put the different camera on, the end camera? There you go.
Now I will just be able to just paint on the oil after I take this off the lathe. Just get that finished with 220. Put the tool rest back in. Stick a wee bit decoration on the bottom of this.
Lucy Bundy Rose just joined.
Hey, Lucy. Different skew. Which one should I use? That one.
Roy's a boy. Hi, Roy's a boy.
Right.
So
I
I
think
was
I'll be able
wondering
to hold on to this.
No.
No.
And if you've all been paying attention, the reason Wayne's able to do this with the skew is...
It's on end grain.
Because it's in spindle orientation.
Right. You can't actually see, or you might be able to. I've actually got my finger on the stop button here.
I'd slow that down a little bit more if I were you.
Okay.
About 300.
Right, I've got my finger on the stop button. 300. I can't read very well, but that looks like a 6. Oh, I was supposed to do that. There we go.
Good man.
It is on there. I mean, that little nub is still on there, but it's gone now. I'll just give that a quick clean with my skew chisel. Just get a bit of lemon oil on the brush.
Yeah. Amy says, and exhale.
Let's finish off the bottom of that. There we go, nicely. Might as well use up the rest of the oil on the brush. It's okay, I'm just sorting this out. I'll come to the main camera just as soon as I give this a wipe down. And I'll have a quick measure to see how thin. Get back in place, you. That's that crack again.
Rob from Klingsborough says, okay, I just aged another year. Makes me 26. Rob, you forget Wayne and I have both met you. You, sir, are not 26.
Right, I'm on 1.5 mil there. I'm happy with that. If he is 26, he's had a bloody hard life.
Yes. He says he was once.
Right. Here we are. And there we have it. I'm hoping if I can get this.
That's started to move already.
Yeah, you can't. Wait till I bring the light across, just so you can see. That's quite a bright light. But you should be able to see.
Yeah,
through
that's
that.
excellent.
I've got quite a decent wall thickness throughout. It might look like, in fact, it does look like the light is shown through better in some places than the other. That's because of the grain rather than the thickness of the or the thinness of the walls. I'm back.
And because in some places the oil that Wayne's put on will have stuck in the straws, if you like, in the fibres.
You can actually see that. If you see the dots, can you see all
Yeah,
those dots?
that's
That's
where
where
the
the
oil's
oil is.
held up.
That's where the oil is actually going down into the grain.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a quick measure in this. So we have
Pete says he's got lace curtains thicker than that.
right, 2¼ inches high, and it's around about 6.5 diameter. So it's a nice piece of. It's actually olive ash. This is a nice piece of olive ash. 1.5 mil wall thickness, and it's a good. Apart from right down at the bottom here, it's a good even wall thickness throughout. So there we go. I'll bring Mark back in now.
That is lovely.
There we go.
And you can see it's already started to move around the edges.
Yeah, it has. It has. Where's that crack? Who cares? Who cares? But that's it. I'm not cold either, Mark. Can't feel my bloody fingers now.
I didn't put my heater on in here before I came in.
Why? That's because I don't take very long.
So that was beautiful, Wayne.
Yeah, Ben's asking, what are those red things on the wall? Sachets of ketchup. Yes, Ben, that's because a few months ago, whenever I started doing that, doing the Darth Vader thing, everybody used to start shouting ketchup to us. So Jamie kindly sent me some ketchup. He's good like that, Jamie is.
Yeah, he does nice things like that, doesn't he?
And he's saying, is that the whole cotton wool balls out else would break it? No, cotton wool balls would be too heavy.
Feathers. It's for a bowl of feathers.
Right, I think that's us for today. Thanks for all the lovely comments. Very much appreciated, as usual. I will be back tomorrow night. I was just talking to Mark before the show on whether I'm going to do a multi-axis piece or not, because I've done loads of them in the past. I'm not very sure if I should do another one or not. Oh, we'll see tomorrow night anyway. I'll have a think about it.
Mark, get the guy back up.
You usually cover that up.
Move along, nothing to see here.
Oh,
fuck her off. There.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for coming along and watching, and thanks Mark for being my earworm. Is Steve going to be on tonight? Has he recovered yet or not? Do you know?
I'm not sure if he's back tonight, but I think he's back Sunday.
Grand, okay. But we've got, if Steve isn't on tonight, like Mark said, we'll see him Sunday. We've got Saturday morning cartoons tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. UK time. I'll be back on at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll get the fire on and get warmed up in here, where we'll be doing something. Steve, Sunday lunchtime, I'll have a premiere on Sunday night at 10:30, and Jamie will have a premiere at 11 o'clock. And back to Monday, Terry will be on Monday. Monday lunchtime. Brian will be on Monday evening, because I don't think we've got a Woodturning 360 meeting on tomorrow.
And I'm back on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Mark's back on Tuesday. 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, Mark?
8 o'clock. Going back to 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock didn't work.
Grand. Okay then. So on that note, I'm going to press the button.
Bye,
and the button